The unusual spectator. Ranji and his friends used to play cricket near the river bank. Sometimes their fathers also turned up for a game, and they helped to provide bats and balls and pocket money. The local bank manager was especially generous. A regular spectator at these matches was Naku the crocodile, who lived in the river. Sometimes he came out on the river bank to bask in the sun. He did not care for people, especially cricketers. However, he disliked the noise they made, scaring his lunch away. One Sunday morning, when Ranji and his friends came to play cricket, they were astonished to see Naku lazing on the river bank. He simply wouldn't move, even after the boys threw pebbles at him. Then Prem took a ball and threw it at Naku, which caught him on the snout. Startled and stung, he wriggled off the pitch and moved rapidly down the riverbank and into the water. There was a mighty splash as he dived for cover. When the grown-ups arrived, no one mentioned the crocodile, just in case the adults decided to call the match off. The match started, and soon the village team was scoring runs at will. Sheru smashed a ball hard and high towards the river. Naku, who had been sulking in the shallows, saw the ball come towards him. He opened his jaws wide, and with a satisfying clunk, the ball lodged between his back teeth. Naku got his teeth deep into the cricket ball and chewed. After a lot of commotion, the match continued as the village team posted a modest total of 145 runs. "Lunch first," said the bank manager, and they took a half-hour break. Soon the picnic was in full swing with patties, carrot cake, savory rice, and sauces of all kinds. No one noticed as Naku, using some tall reeds as cover, had crept halfway up the riverbank. The smell of the delicious food had reached him as well. After lunch, the bank manager strode out to the wicket in the company of young Nathu. However, soon after, the bank manager had his bat raised and the ball took his middle stump. "A fly got in my eye. I wasn't ready. Flies everywhere." And he swatted angrily at flies that no one else could see. Angry and disappointed, he walked to the banyan tree and lowered himself into the cot respectfully brought for him by the villagers, rather gingerly. Once he settled down, he promptly fell fast asleep. It was strange how the flies didn't seem to bother him anymore. The match continued, as Ranji's team was slowly but surely putting runs on the board. Both Nathu and Nathu's father fell to the clever bowling and fielding of the village team. Everyone was so intent on watching the match that no one noticed that Naku had crept further up the riverbank to slide beneath the cot on which the bank manager was sleeping. There was just room enough for Naku to get between the legs of the cot. It was not long before Naku dozed off too. The score reached 140. With only 6 runs needed for victory, Ranji decided to do it in style. He drove the ball hard and high towards the banyan tree and thump! The ball struck Naku on the jaw and loosened one of his teeth. Naku lunged forward, tail thrashing and jaws snapping. The cot, with the manager still on it, rose with him. Crocodile and cot were now jammed together, and when Naku rushed forward, he took the cot with him. The bank manager woke up to find the cot pitching violently from side to side. "Help!" he shouted. Who would help him? The boys all scattered at the sight of the crocodile advancing down the wicket. "Come on, boys! Help! Get me off!" the bank manager shouted. He was hanging onto the cot as Naku made for the river and plunged into its familiar waters. The bank manager tumbled into the water and scrambled up the bank, while Naku made for the opposite shore. When, on their way back home, Sheru offered a return match the following week, none of the grown-ups seemed to be free.